Not a year goes by without parking complaints here at CU. This year is no exception, but it's not just cars. There also doesn't appear to be enough parking for bikes. Many students are finding it challenging to park their bikes in bike racks during certain times of the day on campus, so they are getting creative. Many are chaining their bikes to everything from trees and railings to benches and stairways. Some have even resorted to just taking their bicycles with them to class.
You can be pretty creative on where you want to lock up your bikes, and it makes it kind of easier. I lock up around trees sometimes, light posts, just because the bike rack's pretty cluttered and I don't like my bikes being trashed by other people.
But is the problem not enough bike racks, or are the students just lazy? Tracy Calvin of Parking and Transportation Services was not available for an interview, but she told me that as of 2006, 2/3 of CU students have a bicycle available to them, but only 2,500 of those students even register with the campus. With less than half of all the students that own bicycles registered with the bike program, it would be difficult for the program to assess the situation. Many students have developed their own strategies to cope with bike parking and even know what bike racks to avoid during certain times of the day.
I found it pretty easy to park over in the morning times, but at lunchtime it gets a little more difficult because around the UMC.
Many other students feel that as long as they get to school early enough, they won't have any problems.
I don't know, I guess I don't find it hard to park. It's easiest to park up here in like 8 a.m. classes because no one gets up that early, but I don't know, I've never had any problems parking.
Students may think it is fine to lock their bikes to just about anything that won't move, but they should think again. If they lock their bikes to anything but a bike rack, their bike may be impounded, especially if their bike is locked to a disability meter, handrail, in a building or in a stairwell, as it poses a safety risk. Students whose bikes are impounded can expect to be responsible for the impound fees. If the bike is not registered, it may be difficult for the owner to claim it. But for those who are registered, Parking and Transportation Services will make every effort to notify the owner. All bicycles that go unclaimed for 90 days are donated to charity. Jamie Combs, NewsTeam Boulder.